Here I am summarizing the entire Article 15 for you. Note this down from your prelims perspective. Everything that I have discussed on Article 15 is presented over here as a summary. Class, please note it down now. Any kind of a conceptual question from Article 15, this is the literature that you have to mug it up. Mug it up, note it down quickly. You're right about pointing it out. Exactly. Though I would disagree that the meaning is different. But let me replace it with sex. But the meaning is not different under the Constitution. You can have transsexuals also in the Constitution, and you can have transgenders also in the Constitution. The meaning is not different. After the judgment of the Supreme Court in Nalsa versus Union of India 2016, the meaning is not different. You can have transsexuals and transgenders also at the same time. But yes, technically, let's put sex over there. If a person owns property in more than one state, then will he be given the domicile of more than one state? No. You have to have domicile, meaning intent. So it depends upon the nature of your property. You can obviously own a state in own a property in different states, but the idea is not ownership of property. The idea is ownership of property with the intent to reside in it. Okay, it's not investments but residence which matters. So if you own a property with the intention to reside in it, it has to be proved. So for example, if I own a property in UP, in Maharashtra, in Gujarat, etc., but I'm residing in Uttar Pradesh, which means my family is in UP, my kids are in UP, etc., then my domicile would be of the state of Uttar Pradesh. So the idea is not of property, but property as a determinant of my intention to reside in that particular area. Okay. You have to say state cannot discriminate on 5 grounds in terms of status and cannot discriminate on 7 grounds in terms of public employment. Yes, you are correct. State can actually discriminate on the grounds of residence and descent under Article 15, but residence and descents cannot be discriminated under Article 16. You are correct, but I hope that you were meaning to write cannot instead of can in the first statement, where you say it means that the state can discriminate की जगह आप cannot लिखना चाहते थे, ऐसा मैं मान के चल रहा हूँ. I'm going to take a look at the reservations of women too. Discrimination being here the positive discrimination. Yes, positive discrimination, certainly. In this particular case, if discriminations are to be made, it would be called positive discrimination. Yes. So do we have a gist of this class? अभी हम करेंगे बिहार लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली विमेंस रिजर्वेशन बिल सब कुछ करेंगे. आप थोड़ा ना पहले कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के जो प्रावधान है उनको एक बार समझ लेते हैं, जिससे कि बेसिक कंटेंट वाला क्वेश्चन आंसर फ्रेमवर्क हमारा पूरा हो जाए. ठीक है, आर्टिकल 15 आपने पकड़ा. ठीक है, now I'm going to give just exactly the same thing for article 16. Please make sure that you're getting this point correct. ये सारे आपको कंटेंट अगर अभी याद हो जाएंगे तो फिर आपका करंट में जो मतलब क्वेश्चंस हैं मतलब प्रीलिम्स में वो सारे निकल जाएंगे अच्छे से. ठीक है, देखिए Article 16 of the Constitution. Article 16 talks about discrimination in matters of offices under the state, prohibited on 7 grounds: race, religion, place of birth, sex, caste, descent, and residence. Article 16 clause 3, Parliament can make resident quota for a particular state, but the state itself cannot do so. Okay. Article 16 clause 4, clause 4a, 5 and 6, reservations in offices under the state for OBC, SC, ST and EWS, and Article 16 clause 4b talks about what is known as the carry forward rule. Okay, I'm noting this down. I'll just explain to you the carry forward rule once we come out on the other side of this. Class, have you taken this down? Have you taken this down? A summary of Article 15 and summary of Article 16. These statements in and of themselves can appear in the question like this. I am notifying the subject of reservations as a very important topic in the prelims examination this year. So please pay attention to what we are doing here.